Hello, am I live? If anybody is there, you can say hello in the chat. Otherwise, I won't know you're there. Sometimes it tells me that there's people up in the corner, but then it doesn't tell me who it is or anything like that. So if anybody's here, hello, thank you for coming, or thank you for watching later. I am still stuck at home. I don't know if I'm going to be back to work anytime soon, and that sucks. I think like most of us were like trying to figure out what this new normal is, and I wanted to do this journey to just kind of check in with myself energetically, and because a lot of things are shifting, and physically I feel weird. Not only just not having massage, but also just eating differently, and energetically everything is shifting. I think most of us feel like the ground has been like ripped out from under our feet, and we're kind of like flailing around. And from most of the people that I've talked to, it's like I have good days, I have bad days. Sometimes I have good hours, and sometimes I have bad hours. And it's just up and down and up and down and up and down. And one of the best ways to level that out a little bit is to focus on your root chakra and grounding. And I think it's really important to do right now to figure out what this new world is that we are living in. And I mean, nothing lasts forever. Everything's changing, and it's changing really fast. I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. I don't think I'm struggling with figuring out what to do with my business. And it's even if the country opens up in May, whether or not it's safe for me to go in people's houses, or I've had some offers of using a space, but then by using a space with other people, the more people you add to that equation, the riskier it is. So I don't know. I'm just trying to have a script to do every day and check something off the list of accomplishing something. And by exploring your energy system, it might help me figure out what the hell I want to do and where I'm going, and what the heck is going on. If you can't tell, I was like last night I was like, oh, I can't wait to do this today. And this morning I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. But we're all struggling. I'm not trying to be some like fancy YouTuber. I'm not like trying to make that my new career. I'm just trying to connect with people. I miss my clients. I miss my friends. I miss my family. So yeah, I'm just reaching out, and hopefully I'm connecting with somebody out there. So I do have my red on, but it's a little bit cold in my basement, so I put a jacket on. So believe it or not, I have been planning this for a couple weeks. But basically every day I'm just going to talk about a different chakra. Today we're talking about the root chakra. The color is red. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Sanskrit term of root chakra, because I'm not a yogi. I'm not a yoga instructor. I'm a body worker, so I encounter the energy systems in the body frequently, and it's something that I've been learning about for a really long time. And even in doing research to just like take notes and see what I wanted to talk about with you guys today, I'm still learning about it. It's like ever I got a new book that I'm really enjoying that took it to a whole nother level. And usually I'm used to working with 7 chakras, but this book goes into 9 chakras. One recently. And then right above that is the root chakra. And then you have 6 other chakras. And then above your head is the soul star chakra, which that's new to me. I knew like there were a lot more chakras in the body, but I'm just now learning about these 2 other chakras. So if you are new to the chakra system, there's 7 that start at the base of your spine and go all the way up to the top of your head. So every day I'll be talking about a different one. I'll be doing this for 7 days. If I can make it. I was struggling this morning, so we'll see. So yeah, if you want to join along with me, you can watch it later. It'd be nice if someone could come and say hi. I say a lot. I noticed that in the last video series that I did. I'm sorry, I'm going to try not to do that. But one thing that will help me do that is to get grounded and focus on my root chakra. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the color is red. And if you are familiar with color magic, even just, I keep hearing noises outside my house. That's why I keep looking around. I've got the windows cracked. So even looking at the color red, like I painted my nails red, I've got this, it was hard to find something red for me actually. And I am a very ungrounded person. So it's kind of interesting to go through your closet and look through all the different colors that you have. And most of us are just like, I have a lot of cooler colors like blues and purples and greens. And it's interesting. I can relate to those chakras. The higher chakras are the cooler colors compared to the lower chakras, which are red, orange, and yellow. So it's kind of interesting. You think that you wear things that like go with your skin tone, like red, like my face is red. I don't wear red. I don't wear orange. I don't really wear yellow either. So it's kind of interesting. Like take a look at your closet today and see what colors you have in there. And as we're learning about the chakras, it's kind of interesting that I don't have a lot of red. I don't wear a lot of red. I knew I had this headband that I'm going to wear later because I'm going to go work in the yard. But I still wanted to wear my red today. I didn't want to like get my dress dirty. So it's interesting. I don't have a lot of red and I'm very ungrounded. So the root chakra is something that I need to focus on. And I'm very connected to like my kind of interesting. The more you learn about this stuff, the more you kind of see it and how it relates to your life. And it's really interesting. So I just wanted to share that with people if you're not familiar with the chakra system. Yeah, this is it's basically the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, if you study color theory, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then the top is clear or white. So another thing I was going to do while doing this, I've heard of some people putting rainbows in their windows for symbolizing hope and connection and community. So every day I found some tissue paper that I had with all my wrapping paper and stuff. I don't want to encourage people to go out, but kind of look through your house and have the colors of the rainbow in it. And I'm going to make something out of the tissue paper to put in my window for the rainbow. And because we're all in this together, I think that's another reason why I wanted to do a chakra journey, is because so much is going on in the physical world, but energetically our mindset is changing, our connection to each other is changing. Like even though we're not allowed to physically be around each other, I think we are noticing a stronger energetic connection to each other. So yeah, I guess let's see. Okay, I've talked about red. the stones, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about herbs. So this is the root chakra. Think of imagining that there are roots going down from the base of your spine and into the earth, like a tree. Like you have roots connecting you to the earth. The root chakra is stabilizing, grounding. It's your sense of security, stability. Your root chakra develops between from the ages that you're born to about 5 years old. And that's when you are just developing your sense of security, your safety, that all of your needs are met, that you feel safe and protected. And that usually develops, your root chakra develops from the time you're born to the age of 5. And it's really kind of interesting doing this right now because it's a new moon. So it's a really great way to start to just like start a new way of thinking, to think about yourself energetically, not just as physically. And you will notice that there is a connection there. It's also Earth Day. Your structure, your foundation. And if your root chakra is not in balance, fear comes up a lot. And I think a lot of us are feeling this fear because we're feeling like we don't have a foundation. Some of us don't have jobs. Some of us are afraid of losing their homes. It's a really scary time, and fear is natural. You should experience that fear. I'm not saying that you should just, oh, everything's going to be fine. It'll work out in the end, because it will work out in the end. It always does. So I think we're just trying to restructure our foundation right now globally as a planet. It's scary. I'm not saying that you shouldn't worry about it. We should be worried, but don't let the worry and fear take over you. And by grounding yourself, you will have that stability to be able to have the strength to deal with whatever's going on in your life. So incorporating red into your wardrobe, visually seeing red, putting like a red picture, drawing with red, and also eating roots. Like think of how a plant eating root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, turnips, radishes, which is all out right now, the spring vegetable or the cold crops. Herbal teas made with root. I just kind of like went through my pantry and picked out. I had a lot of trouble finding ginger root last week, but my grocery store did have it this week, so I bought extra because I was buying groceries for some friends and clients. Look how cute he is. So put some ginger in your tea. That just adding or putting ginger in your coffee in the morning and your hot chocolate at night, or having a ginger root beer, a ginger beer with your cocktail at night. Eating potatoes for dinner. That's all going to connect you to the earth. I am using ashwagandha root today, and that is kind of like a cure-all. It's the Indian ginseng, like the Chinese use ginseng for, it's like the vitality herb. In India, they use ashwagandha, and it's really just good for everything. But most importantly, it's an adaptogen, and adaptogenic herbs are going to help you respond to stress better. It kind of helps you go with the flow. Another herb that's an adaptogen is nettles, which is something that I talk about a lot. Whenever I stop drinking nettles, I feel it. I start to get stressed out, and then I make some tea and I drink that every day. And it's like, it doesn't make the stress go away. It's not a sedative. It's not a relaxant. It just kind of helps your body process things better, I guess is a good way to put it. So it looks like there might be a couple of people here. Hi, if you want to say hi in the chat so that I know you're here, and if you have any questions about the root chakra, I'd be happy to answer them. So I'm just going to pour myself some ashwagandha and ginger tea. And then in the little diffuser in here, I also have nettles and red raspberry leaf, which are not roots, but I just wanted to add a little more flavor to my tea. So when you are making tea with herbs, you want to decoct them, which is basically just boiling them, because I've got these roots here. This is the ashwagandha root. They are dried and then chopped up, so they're kind of white. They even like look like, can you see them? They look like bones. There we go. But they're really dry, but it's got a lot like, oh, I should have brought that. So like ginger root starts out big like this. When you pull something out of the ground, it's got moisture in it, and then when you dry it, it shrinks. So this was a really probably luscious root, but then you need to rehydrate it. So you want to like leave it in the water for a long period of time and keep it boiling, because that helps break down the cell walls and extract all those nutrients out of there. With the leaf, they're so thin, you don't really have to do that. But with the root, because they're thick, you want to boil it for a while. So I boiled a pot of ashwagandha and ginger for probably like 20 minutes. You only need to do like 5 minutes or something like that. But I left it on the stove and forgot about it. So you want to boil them for a while to help break down that nutrients. And then I am adding it to this tea diffuser, or you could just throw a tea bag in there. I'm doing that for extra flavor. Another way is to eat red foods like apples, or I mentioned radishes, which are also roots. Beets. Beets are really, oh my God, I love beets. So just like look around your house, and I'm not saying you have to go out and like get red things today, but just see what you have. I'm finding that I have so much in my house that I never knew that I had. And another way to connect to your root chakra is through scent. And the number one root chakra essential oil is cedar. And also patchouli. Patchouli, like, I feel like when it just like puts you into your body. Anything that is musky or earthy, that's gonna connect you to your root chakra. I think it's just about like having that intention and putting it there. When you think about it, I mean, think of what roots mean to you. Think about the earth. Think about the dirt and the rich, dark soil. Because black stones are also associated with root chakra. So think about just like dark, rich, earthy things that remind you of the underground, of the earth, of tree roots. Something like strong, stable, and protective. So all of your evergreen trees, like cypress essential oil, is going to make you feel like you're walking in a forest. And that's when you feel that connected of your feet on the ground. Take your shoes off, go for a walk. If you live in an apartment, just walk around barefoot all day. You still have that energetic connection to the earth, even if you are not physically touching the dirt, you know. Black spruce is another evergreen tree. It's very good. It really just, I mean, like when you inhale it, you just feel like you're being transported to a forest. Like I've always wanted to go visit those redwood forests in California. It's like on my bucket list. Where the cedarwood trees grow, and think of how like big and strong they are. For for connecting to your root chakra, especially during this time, because we are all scared. We all don't know what's happening. This smells like a block of wood right here. The cedar wood. It's so earthy. It's like when you inhale it, it's almost like you can feel it go through your lungs and then like straight down to the ground is what it feels like to me. And cedarwood also comes in little bundles of that you can burn. And cedarwood is also really great for clearing. So if there's anything like stuck energetically in your root chakra, it'll just kind of clear it out. I do find that it doesn't burn as easily as the sage does. You have to continue to light it and blow on it and get those embers going. I actually kind of like the smell of cedar more than sage, or it kind of like lingers a little bit longer. It's a little so all the evergreen trees like cedar and spruce and cypress are also good for your lungs. So I have this blend on my Etsy shop called Breathe Like a Tree, and it has all of those evergreen trees in it, and then it also has eucalyptus, which is good for your lungs. It's a shrub, but it's still, I feel like, and your lungs look like a tree. So like your body actually is a tree. Like your roots are your feet, and then up here are the branches where your lungs are. And it's really important to be protecting our lungs right now, making sure eat your root vegetables, which are rich in vitamins and nutrients, and boost your immune system. Trying to remember where I got the cedar bundle. Oh, I think I got it at the Holy Rose in Raleigh. I have to write that down to check the Holy Rose, because I keep forgetting to see if they're like open for online shopping. Because Amazon, I don't think is shipping sage bundles right now. It's not considered an essential. I'm sorry, I'm just writing down Holy Rose. So Holy Rose they never used to sell stuff on their website, but I bet they might now in downtown Raleigh. But that's a really great place to get your cedar bundles or your sage bundles. I'm on my second sage bundle already. It's like I'm using it so frequently. I'm going through it really quickly. So what I was saying about your lungs is that cedar is also good for your lungs and bronchitis or a cough. It's an expectorant. It's going to help get that mucus out of there and help you open your bronchial tubes. And it's also good for releasing nervous tension and reduces stress. I think it's related to the juniper. It's in the juniper family. So juniper essential oil would also be good. Frankincense is just kind of your all-around essential oil. It's good for everything, kind of like the ashwagandha root. It's like your clear quartz of essential oils, but it's also going to help ground you. It's earthy, but it's got a little like sweet spice to it too. So that would be good for a situation if you were feeling stuck and ungrounded, because it'll bring you down to the ground, but it'll get you like moving a little bit because of the spice and the fire in it. And patchouli. Patchouli is I feel like it's the most earthy scent, even though the trees are very earthy. This smells like dirt. So get yourself some patchouli or oil. Whenever I smell patchouli, I just feel like I'm kind of hanging up out here, it just like instantly brings me back into my body, and I'm like, okay, I'm here now. Here I am. So I guess I'll start with actually, I think a lot of them are for grounding and strength, but red jasper specifically is for the root chakra and grounding. I think it's also good for menstrual issues, things with the uterus, fertility. Oh, and it connects to your earth chakra. I forgot about that. Yeah. So the earth star chakra, which is below your root chakra, below your feet, this is also going to help you connect to that, which is an even deeper level of groundedness. But again, I'm still learning about that, so I didn't really want to just read information to you. I like to learn things and experience things and integrate them. Have tried every herb before I would like recommend it to anybody. So everything that I ever talk about is something that I've had experience with and have tried. I'm not just like reading a book about chakras. It's like this is what I've learned and experienced through body work and from years and years of crystal studies, herbal studies, energetic studies. So, I wanted to show you the difference between, this is a raw red jasper piece. And will this help? This is a raw red jasper piece. And then this is an example of a tumbled piece. They look pretty similar, but I just always think it's really interesting it's just a more shiny and polished. But I always think it's really interesting to look at the difference between the two stones. These look pretty similar, but a lot of stones, you're like, how did they even know that once it was polished, that it would look like, have you seen like a raw diamond? Google raw diamond. It just looks like a freaking rock. How did they know that like by shining that it would like sparkle just like that? I don't know. Anyways. So the other red stone I have is garnet. This is red. It's like a dark red, and then it has veins in it. I don't know if you can see it. But this reminds me of like tree root or like underground. Like this one's even kind of better because it has a lot of veins in it. So this just reminds, I feel like you're looking at the cross section of the earth with like all the roots growing in it. So it's like a deep red. And this is a new stone that I'm working with, and for like the last couple months, like since January, and it's amazing. It's so powerful. I got these 2 palm stones for people to hold during massage, and it's a very heavy stone, so the weight of it just like kind of pulls you down to the earth. It just like, it's like a magnet, pulls you right down. Where's the generator go? I had a garnet generator, but oh well. And then it doesn't have to be a black stone. It can, or a red stone. It could also be black stones. How I got into crystal studies, most of the stones I have are black stones because I was looking for protection. With doing body work, I was struggling with absorbing other people's energy. I was absorbing their emotions. I was going home feeling drained and just, I was feeling horrible. I wasn't protecting myself. I wasn't shielding myself. I wasn't able to recognize and distinguish the difference between my energy and their energy. And I was getting confused, and I was a total mess. And I really thought that I was going to have to stop doing body work. So most of the crystals I have are because of that. And so they're good for protection. But black stones are also good for grounding and connect you to your root chakra. My favorite grounding stone, protecting stone is hematite. And it's this like silvery, metallic almost looking stone. I wish I had a raw version. Putting it in your hand, it warms up, but it tends to stay pretty cool. So it kind of like, if I was like up here freaking out, like all fiery and anxious and angry and not understanding whose energy was what, it just kind of just brings you back to center. I also kind of, because of the metallic finish, I kind of see it as like a shield of protection, like shielding me from other people's energy and also shielding other people from my energy, because who knows if I was feeling that crazy, who knows what I was passing on to my clients. So this was one of the first stones that when I started doing massage in massage school that I started working with. And it's always been kind of around Discovery Channel stores. And they always had like these big bins of hematite, and some of them are magnetic. So I remember just like going in and playing with those magnets in those bins at the Discovery Channel store, I think is what it was called. Okay, so that's like my favorite, and that was probably the number one stone that I began working with. And ooh, I can really taste the ginger in that. So good. Why do the iPhones go to all of the devices now? Like, I bet my computer's ringing upstairs now too. I don't understand. Okay, so this is black obsidian. No, wait, this is black onyx. But it looks very similar to black obsidian. Like glass, and it's volcanic glass is black obsidian. Black onyx is a little different. But they're also good for grounding and protection, as well as black tourmaline, which is even darker than the onyx and the obsidian. This is a good one to use to protect your home, to put in like the four corners of your house, and kind of keep that protective energy in there. I've got a bunch of these that I'm planning on. And I've got another obsidian. So this is a regular obsidian. Sometimes it has like a brown spots in it, so it's not completely black. And then this is snowflake obsidian, and it actually has these like white spots in it. And if you look really closely, like I know it's hard to see on here, they do actually kind of look like snowflakes. So black obsidian, again, is for grounding and protection. But then the snowflake obsidian, because it looks like those snowflakes, is kind of imagining that like we're all these little snowflakes and we're all unique and different, and protecting that individuality, and allowing yourself to stay unique and true to yourself, like a little snowflake that you are. Those are all the stones I have just about. So your black stones and your red stones are going to be grounding and protecting. Black is specifically for protection. Usually, if you're just like learning about crystals, I think it's a really good way to learn them through the chakra colors, because they are usually related to each other. Like the red jasper, your root chakra is located in the lower half of your body, so it makes sense that it would have to do with fertility, the uterus, your reproductive organs that are in that area. I'm gonna see like how they connect, and that's just how I remember things in my brain, is like, okay, red, and I think of red meaning love, family, stability, root chakra, fertility. I don't know, it just makes sense to me to look at it that way. And because there's a million crystals out there, there's a million herbs out there. Getting them all straight and knowing them all, it's impossible. When I first started going to herb school, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to memorize all this? Especially because in school we had to memorize the botanical names of the herbs as well. And I was like, how am I going to remember all this? There's so many plants in the world. I live in an apartment in the city. I'm not out in nature all the time. How am I going to learn all this? But you do. You absorb it. You recognize it. And you're not going to remember the name, but you might just be drawn to something, and then it's all connected. and yada, yada, yada. It's all connected. Oh, and petrified wood. Petrified wood is so cool. I mean, this looks like a rock, but it's actually wood, prehistoric wood that's been fossilized. So obviously, an ancient tree is going to connect you to your root chakra, but it's also going to connect you to your ancestor lineage. It helps you. I even had petrified wood and didn't know what it was. I just thought they were rocks. To my root chakra and to ground and to connect to my ancestors last October for Halloween. And I was like, oh, I already had the means to do it. Yeah. So if you don't have stones or crystals, you might have like some wood around your house, or go outside, put your feet in the soil. If you're in an apartment, walk around barefoot all day. Go out on your balcony and stick your feet up in the air. And pay attention to your feet today. Give yourself a little foot massage. Stretch your legs. Always stretch your legs every day and feel that connection to they're your connection to the ground, to the earth. And most lower back pain is caused by tight leg muscles. So stretch your legs every day. Especially being stuck inside, we're not moving as much as we should. Or go for a walk. And when you're walking, just feel your connection. Feel your feet hitting the ground. Listen to the sound that it makes, and take a deep breath. And hopefully you won't be freaking out like I was this morning. You might have some wooden objects around your house that will help you feel connected to your root chakra. And this is a square is also a symbol of the foundation and structure and stability. So if you look up the symbol of the root chakra, there is a square in the center of the flower. This is a block of wood that my dad made for me. I don't know if you've seen Mr. Mergorium's Wonder Emporium. It's like this kids movie with Dustin Hoffman. And he gives, Natalie Portman is the manager of a toy store that he owns, Mr. Mergorium's Wonder Emporium. And she's like struggling in the world and she can't figure out like what direction her life is going to take. And he gives her this block of wood and he's like, it's a magical block of wood. And she's like, it's just a block of wood. But the whole thing is to just believe in yourself, and anything can be possible if you put your roots down and you feel that. I think it's really important to learn that, especially as an adult, you have to be your own parent and you have to provide that protection and stability for yourself. And especially if you had trauma as a child, that's you might have a blockage there. But by just listening to root chakra sounds on YouTube, holding red crystals, black crystals, believing in yourself, telling yourself that you are safe and protected, because you are safe and protected. You are always going to look out for you. Don't be looking for it anywhere else. It's right here inside of you. Believe in yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Don't let this stupid virus scare you. You should be, it's scary, but protect yourself. Wear a mask. Don't go outside. Make money any way you can. Take care of each other. Talk to your family. Call your family. Stay connected. Go around outside, and if you don't have any root vegetables, dark chocolate is also an excellent way to ground yourself. And I'm not just saying that because I freaking love chocolate. I'm saying that because it's true. We used to keep dark chocolate in one of the spas that I worked at to eat after appointments, because we'd be so ungrounded by like being in this weird massage space. Chocolate will bring you instantly back to the earth. Drink your ginger root tea. Eat your potatoes. Who needs an excuse to eat a potato? Come on. Light a red candle. I have these awesome that they're selling out really quickly. I was thinking about ordering more wax because I know everything's taking a lot longer, but light a red candle. These are selling out like crazy. I'm trying to make them as fast as I can. I have this entire set of the chakras for like, I think they're like $6, $8, something like that. So it's got every color of the rainbow. Look for some red construction paper in your house, some red tissue paper, red Christmas wrapping paper, and start making your little rainbow. We'll be talking more about creativity and crafting tomorrow for the Sacral Chakra, which the color is orange. So get your crayons and construction paper to put in our window. You might have beads. Get some red beads. A red blanket. I found in my mother-in-law's favorite color is red. So I'm going to make her a face mask with some red curtains that I had for the kitchen, but they were too big, so I had to cut them. So I have some like leftover fabric, and and you know what? She's a very grounded person, and her favorite color is red. And every time I see her, she's wearing a red shirt. She's a very grounded person. And so take a look at your closet. I'm going to pick an oracle card for us from I've also got a God's oracle deck that I'm going to pick a card from really quick before I go. I do have these hematite necklaces for sale in my Etsy shop as well. Little shameless self-promotion here. And there's 108 beads on there. So you can recite LAM, L-A-M, which is the Root Chakra mantra. And you recite it 108 times following around the necklace, and it helps you to connect to, one always falls out. Winter solstice, reflection. When a card falls out, it usually means it was the one that was meant for you. So let's see what it says. Can you see this? Okay. Let me put it on the magical block. Yeah, my dad said it was really hard to make this perfectly square with a chainsaw. I was like, yeah, probably. Ironically, his birthday was yesterday. Him and my grandma have been coming up so much for me this whole time. But yeah, his birthday is the day before Earth Day. What is it? Reflection? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. It says reflection, but I'm supposed to be looking for winter solstice. Okay. This midpoint of winter is not only the shortest day of the year, but also the longest night. The world is very still and the land is dormant. Various festivals of light are celebrated and have been for thousands of years, serving as a reminder that we need the light to return. I'm just trying to get to the point and not have to read the whole thing. So in the picture, we see a clear reflection of the snowy woods on the still frozen waters of the lake. The whole scene is a greater sense of quiet and solace, inviting us to walk very softly, lest we disturb the intense and gentle grace of this scene. Our physical shelter, as well as our internal world, and there contemplate the season that has passed, the season that is, and the seasons yet to come. Okay, I'm just going to show you this picture again and read it. Read the end of it. So the reflection of the trees on the frozen lake reminds us that this is a time for us to go inside to both our physical shelter as well as our internal world. And there contemplate the season that has passed, the season that is, and the seasons yet to come. How true is that? I was going to pick another one from the God deck, but I don't know. I kind of feel like that is so perfect. I think I will pick another one anyways, though. So this is a new deck. Again, this to pull another card from is Gods and Titans. A lot of the oracle decks I have are like very feminine oriented decks. So I got this one, I think for Christmas, because it I just needed some masculine decks. I feel like the Earth Magic one is a little bit masculine, so I would always use that for readings that I was looking for, like masculine energy. But this one is all gods. And for men, the root chakra is also the sexual chakra because their sexual organs are lower on the body. So sexual energy lives in the root chakra for men, whereas the sacral chakra, which is the one we'll talk about tomorrow, is where women's sexuality holds because it's a little higher on the body. So that kind of makes sense. So I wanted to pull a masculine card today for the root chakra energy. And my feet, both my feet are even on the ground. Yeah. Helios cycles. Put that one on top of there while I look this up. I really like this deck so far. Like, even though I haven't, can I pull right to it? But this book, and I also have a goddess deck that is very similar. It's not written by the same person, but if you're looking for good oracle decks, I like this one, and I'll probably pull one from the goddess deck tomorrow. It has not only a description and a meaning of the card, but also like a meditation to connect with the card and the deity. So Helios is the Greek Titan sun. These are really long though, so I'm just trying to see like what the point of the card is, because this goes back into like the mythology, so it's really long. So it's telling his backstory. He drives a chariot. Oh yeah, the sun god Helios. He drives the chariot and like brings the dawn of day. So it says to watch the seasonal cycles carefully in order to learn to ride with them, not against them. This is the lesson modern people could better learn. Accessing the energy of Helios illuminates the patterns and cycles in your life, the productive ones and the ones you would rather interrupt. Consider what cycles you may be caught in. And so I think that's kind of important right now because like we're all learning this new cycle, this new routine, this new way of living. So like our old cycle is gone and now we're creating a new one. And the new moon is a really good time to do that. During the new moon, you want to start on new projects, new ideas, plant your seeds, go out in your garden, dig in the dirt, plant your seeds for the next moon cycle. So I think doing this chakra journey is good to start now because it gives you a new way of thinking and incorporating your energetic body into your daily routine, your new way of thinking, the new cycle. I really need a new routine. I want to create a new routine that is not only productive and useful for me right now during being stuck inside and in quarantine, but also something that I can still move forward when I go back to work, it'll still be like the same routine. So it's not like as disruptive again. So I'm trying to like get up every day as if I'm going to work. And that's why I wanted to do these videos every day. So it's like something I'm doing every day so that I don't get out of this, like get into this like lazy funk, you know? So whatever the cycle, it's important to notice it and honor it before deciding whether it is good for you, good for your life. Yeah, so it's just getting in touch with your body cycle, um, getting enough sleep, eating enough food, eating your root vegetables. No, it doesn't say that, but I'm just kidding. But it does say eating food that is good for us. So eat your vegetables, do your workouts, your self-care routines, um, adequate sleep. Our own body cycles need self-care to balance if they are demonstrating unevenness, and it's important to recognize and honor these as well. Then it goes into symbols of the sun god, and then there's a little meditation in here to connect to him. And you can ask him to remove the unhealthy things from whatever your cycle is right now. Okay, so that was a lot longer than I had expected to. It's kind of hard to talk to nobody because you just kind of ramble and ramble and ramble, especially if you haven't been talking to anybody for quite some time. So, if you have any questions about any of the oils that I talked about today, I'll try to put them all down in the box. I'm going to get better about putting all the information down in the description box, and all that information, and also the herbs that I talked about, the crystals that I talked about. If you have any questions, please reach out to me through Facebook, Instagram, email, phone. I don't know if you notice I don't answer my phone, but I check the messages, leave a message, and I'll get back to you. And eat your dark chocolate and your root vegetables and put your feet. So yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.